Welcome to another video. Recently, when Claude launched their Artifacts feature, multiple open-source repositories have come up with the same features. If you don't know about Artifact, let me tell you that it is a feature that allows you to generate code and directly preview it right within the chat interface. I have already covered 2 of the repos that can do the same thing, but with local LLMs. Today, I have another one, CodeAssistant. CodeAssistant is a clone of the Claude Artifacts feature. It can generate code in React and Python, and it can also execute them right within the interface. The interface is made with Streamlit and uses E2B Code Sandbox for running the code. E2B has a free tier with 100 sandboxes, giving you $100 credit, which is quite cool. It says that you can only use it with Anthropic, but I'll show you how to use it with local models because that's what we want to use it with. It can also do file management with AI, create diverse charts and graphs, and perform other cool tasks by implementing programs. So, you won't always need to ask it to create a program if you don't want to. It can figure out how to do the task for you by itself. It's pretty cool. Overall, it's very similar to Claude's Artifact feature. It can do almost everything Claude Artifacts can, but it can only run React and Python code as of now. I hope other language support is also added later. Anyway, let's check it out. First, clone the repo onto your computer and navigate to the directory you just cloned. Next, we'll need to run these commands. The first and second commands create a virtual environment so that everything stays organized. But I'll skip that because you only live once. I'll just run the third command. This will install the required packages. Once done, run this npm install command. This will install the other requirements for the front end as well. Once that's done, run the npm run build command. This will build the packages. Now, we'll need to run the application. But before we do that, we'll need to set up the environment variables. To do that, just open the env file. Enter your Anthropic API key here and the E2B API key here. You can get the E2B API key by signing up on their website and copying the API key from there. Once done, run this Streamlit run app command to start the application. Now, once you go to the link, you'll see this interface. It's a generic Streamlit interface. On the left, you have the chat interface, while on the right is the preview. It's very similar to the Claude interface. Now, let's ask it to generate a tic-tac-toe game in React and Tailwind. Okay, let's wait for a bit.
A few minutes later.
It's now generated. You can see the code on the left and the code preview on the right. It's pretty cool and works fine. Now, let's ask it to add a heading at the top to see if it works with multiple prompts and if it can refine the generated code. Okay, let's send the prompt here. Let's wait for a bit again.
A few minutes later.
Okay, it's now generated and looks fine. So, it can also do refinements, which is pretty cool. Let's also ask it to make a to-do app. Okay, let's give it the prompt to generate a minimal and modern to-do app. Let's send the prompt here. It's generating. Let's wait for a bit.
A few minutes later.
It's done now. It looks fine and has the basic features you might want. It's pretty cool. So, it can generate some great things pretty easily, like Claude Artifacts. But now, let's also configure it with a local model. To do that, we'll need to install a local model. I'll be using the DeepSeek Coder V2 model. First, go to Alama's site, click on the download button, choose your operating system, and get it installed. Once done, go to the models page and select the model you want to use. I'll select the DeepSeek Coder V2 model. Now, copy the installation command and paste it in your terminal. This will start installing the model. Once it has been installed, you'll see a chat interface in your terminal. Send a message and check if it works. Once that's done, open the main Python file from the folder. Change the line that imports the Chat-Anthropic library to Chatolama to look like this. Now, go to line 119 and change Chat-Anthropic to Chatolama, and change the model name to DeepSeek Coder, or whatever you want to use. Make sure that the line looks like this. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. Once you have confirmed everything, save it. Now, rerun the file, and it should work with the local models. Let's also ask it to make a tic-tac-toe game to see if the local model can do it. Okay, let's send the prompt here. It's getting generated. Let's wait for a bit.
A few minutes later.
It's done. This looks fine and works well, which is quite cool, considering it's made by a local model. It works and everything. I mean, what else do you want? It's really cool. Let's also ask it to add a heading at the top. Let's send the prompt here. It's getting generated now. Let's wait.
A few minutes later.
It's now done. So, the refinement also works, which is really cool. I really like using it with the local models. Let's also ask it to make a to-do app to see if it can do everything that Claude can. Okay, let's ask it to create it. Let's send the prompt here. It's generating. Let's wait for a bit.
A few minutes later.
It's generated now. This looks fine and has the basic features. It's not up there with Claude's generation, but with multiple prompting, you can get it to look exactly like that. The usage with the local model is also faster and better because everything is being done locally. It's amazing for creating applications and seeing them directly in your browser. I really liked Claude's artifact feature, and this one does a good job of replicating that in the local scenario. I like using it with local models because if I'll have to use it with Sonnet, then I'll just use the Claude site. But this is really good after configuring it with local models. It's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this video, consider donating to my channel through the Super Thanks option below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.